Go ahead. Today we're learning the halacha of how to kasher the sink for Pesach and how to use it. So I'll tell you a scenario which is very easy, stress-free, how to kasher and use the b'derech klal. There is usually, I would say, that in the way the olam does the kasher of the sink, it's three ways. One way people buy insert to put in the sink, different type of inserts they have, and the other way some people kasher it by pouring on it hot boiling water, that's hagola, and the other way some people even after that go with a torch on the sink. So I'll tell you, the middle way is the best way halachically. There's no need to torture yourself with a torch, and also the insert l'chayra is one of the worst options. I'm going to explain why. It's in Tov Nun Aleph in Shulchan Aruch. It says like this: Kol kli olchin ba'acharoiv tashmishay. So there's a machlokes arishonim. When we kasher kelim, we use the way it's used for most of its use, majority time how you use it, or even once in a while when you use different use, so that's good change how you kasher. So the Shulchan Aruch, the Mechaber Paskin like the Rishonim that will go by roiv tashmishoy. So mele kol kli olchin ba'acharoiv tashmishoy. Hilkach kairos. Kairos that we have normally three type of pans and pots we use. The one we cook on the fire, that's the kli rishon. Then the serving one, that would be the already kli sheni, and then the one we eat with. What we eat with, that either could be kli sheni or kli shlishi already. So like this. So it says kairos is not the one you cooking. That's kdeiros, the one you cooking. The kairos is the one that's the serving pot. He says kairos. Sometimes they use them as a kli rishon. Where they put them inside the kli rishon, or they pick up together with that from the kli rishon. So it says haloesh while that's on the fire, the big pot is on the fire. Sometimes you go with the kaira, with the serving one inside the big pot where you cook in kli rishon. Memele, it could consider also to be a kli rishon, that the middle one, the serving pot. So he says. Most of the tashmish of the serving, it's the irui. You pour on it from the kli rishon, from the where you cook the food. He says, so you could machshir, according to this, the serving bowl, the serving plate, you could machshir them by pouring on them also. That's how you use it. You use them with a hot soup and a hot water. You're pouring on them, so you machshir them the same way with irui. That's the mechabas. Again, he passes like the Rishonim, even though once in a while it's that serving bowl or serving plate might become a kli rishon because you might go inside the big pot where you cook, and then it's a kli rishon. But we'll go by roiv tashmishoy. We'll go by how you use it most of the time. Now, but yesh machmirin. There's many Rishonim. The machmir that the Maramo brings this lahagi lakairas b'kli rishon. It's not enough to pour on the serving bowls. Or where you eat, because since sometimes it could go to your big pot where you cook on the fire, it's called kli rishon. Even though once in a while you might do that, I give you something simpler. A spoon you used to eat. Spoon, normally it's not a kli rishon. When it comes to your plate, it's kli sheni or shlishi. But once in a while you could take your spoon and let's say mix your soup on the pot. You take a clean spoon, let's say, and you mix. So that spoon now considered to be was used kli rishon. It's while the pot was on the fire. So Memele says, according to this, you have to take those spoons also and kasher them not only by iru, by pouring on them hot boiling water, but put them in a pot where it's on the fire. When you're doing hagola, put them inside that kli rishon on the fire. Okay, now like this. Then it's like this. The kairos gedolos. You have sometimes big serving bowls that shelo yuchal lachnis toch kli rishon. You cannot put them in a big bowl, in a big pot where you do hagola on the fire. It's too big for it. He says. So that's I'm reading from the Ramah. He says, "Yitan alem even meluban." You have to take a stone that you heated up, or for that sake, you could do also any piece of iron, metal. You heat it up on a fire, and then you put inside this bowl. V'yare alem roitchen mikli rishon. Then pour on them hot boiling water from kli rishon. V'havel ke kli rishon. Since you cannot feed it in the big pot on the fire to make your hagol, to machshir it, so by pouring on it, and it has on it also a hot stone or a hot iron, it becomes like kli rishon. He says, okay, that's it goes more deep, but that's overall. So according to this, some people want to say same thing they want to machmir by looking at this Ramah, that they want to say that by pouring hot boiling water on your sink, you need to put some kind of hot stone, a hot iron, that should become like it's on the fire. But it's absolutely no need, because you look in the origin of the halacha, if you pour on your sink a hot boiling water, it's perfect hagola lekula alma, less mandapali. Because it's brought, like I mentioned before, the reason some kalim, it's not enough irui to pour on them, let's say on your spoon, according to the Ramah, from hot boiling water. Because once in a while, since you use the spoon inside the big pot where you cook on a fire, so it becomes also tashmisho bechli rishon. Even though it's once in a while, it's not roiv tashmisho, some rishonim machmer. So you want to be machmer, so you want to take a spoon, you want to machsher, you're going to put in a big pot what's on the fire. By the sink, it's not shayach. The sink, you never have timtzah by the sink. It should be inside the kli rishon. You always pour on it. Even you pour on it hot boiling water after you did your spaghetti. It's only pouring. Memeile lekula alma. Since the sink is used only by pouring on it, if you pour on it hot chametz once, so that's how you machsher. That's lekula alma. Less mandapalik. So there's no need to to come with a torture on your sink or to put a hot stone, or hot iron, and then pouring hot boiling water. It's kosher. Lekula alma. It's a good day. Now, the reason the insert is not a good idea. If you just rely on the insert, what's the whole chashash? Maybe your sink, it's chametz dig, and when you're going to use it with hot water, only this way, the transformation of any isurim through hot water, and going to come from the chametz, and it go to your kalim, it's going to go through your insert too. So the insert is bichlal, I don't see any benefit to it. Just people don't know, they feel better, it feels better. Oh, I used the whole year chametz, I'm going to put insert. It makes you only feel better. Halachically, it does nothing. So base thing is, you don't waste your money on insert. Pour on it on your sink hot boiling water. It's kosher lamahadrin and mahadrin, and you could use it the whole Pesach. There's no problem whatsoever. So it gets you stress free. What you're gonna do is it's very posh. Boil water, pour on your sink hot water. And also we're going to talk about maybe in the future halachas of this hagolah. The minhag is to wait 24 hours by when we do hagolah before we kasher something. Wait 20, make it pogum. So it says in this case by the sink you don't have to wait 24 hours. You could do it right away after you use it even for chametz. The reason for it, I'm reading from the Beis Yosef in Tov Nun Beis. The Beis Yosef reading from the Hagos Maimonides. V'lochen nagu ha'olam lahamtin mila agil be'erev Pesach at shelo yu b'nei yoymon. There is a minhag even erev Pesach. That's why I said the word even. To wait 24 hours before it should become pogum. The taste. If there is any taste in the kalim after 24 hours, it becomes weak. It's called pogum, weak. So the reason was mishum shregilim lahagelim kelim shel bosor v'shel cholov yachad at kan l'shayna. Mitzad Pesach itself, you don't have to wait 24 hours. The reason for it, because what's the chashash? Why are we waiting 24 hours? Because maybe while you're kashering, some of them can come out, it might go back. So wait 24 hours, even if it's going to go back to the kli, it's already pogum, it's already a weakened isur. It's not strong taste. That's only shaykh by isurim, like bosor v'cholov, or if you do treifas. Pesach, before zman isuroi, it's not osur. Chametz is the whole year, it's kosher 100%. Even you're gluten free, but it's nothing to do with kashrus. It's kosher. Since before zman isur, if you do the hagolah before Pesach comes in, it's no isur over there. So you really didn't have to wait 24 hours like that. The only reason they did that's Hagoyes Maimonides, that even by Pesach, because sometimes before Pesach people already do kashering the kalim from Chomer. They say, oh, I had a suffix, maybe my kids mixed the milchik and fleshik, I'm going to kasher them too. So because people bring sometime to machshir bosor b'cholov, or somebody could bring to the commercial place where they do kasher, somebody could milchik, somebody fleshik. So since over there it could become isur, that's why we wait 24 hours before. But by the sink again, it's not shayach by the sink. The sink, that's all the water goes out immediately. Nothing gonna go back to the sink. Plus, you're not doing bosor b'cholov. You're just kashering it from chometz. Nemela, you don't have to wait 24 hours. Hot boiling water. It makes the sink 100% kosher Pesach, and you could use it without any inserts.